What's up, guys? Gonna keep this one pretty short and sweet. This was October the 6th workout, and a lot of it I've sped up because who the hell wants to be bored with watching a bunch of cardio and stuff like that. So you guys know pretty much how that stuff works, but this workout was extremely posterior chain heavy and very taxing. So instead of spending a couple of days recovering from it, of course, I got after it the next day with some pause deadlifts and various other things that I probably could have waited on. But I'm really just trying to build that low mid back strength for the big deadlift pulls and heavy squatting, things like that. So go ahead and watch what you want, take what you can, subscribe if you haven't. We'll catch you guys later. On these, I'll usually try to go with no lifting straps for as long as possible, just to kind of work on that grip. You know, any chance you can get to kind of work on your grip is never really a bad thing. So a couple of more reps here, you're going to see me. I tried to go for the 4-2-5 with no grips, or with no lifting straps, but it wasn't there today. It has been there in the past though, so not too worried about it. It was just not feeling it that day, and you know, I really try to stay away from the mixed grip because I value my bicep tendons, and I don't really do powerlifting like that, so I don't really need to worry too much about it. But sometimes I think that maybe I should kind of get into doing those mixed grips and kind of see what sort of weights I can get up to with no straps. But let me know what you guys do, if you go with lifting straps or if you believe that's just absolutely cheating, as some people do. Take care. honestly, for as taxed as my low back has been lately, and especially with kind of having it be tweaked for the week and a half before this day, to hit this back to hit this back day with no brace on or anything, to pull these triple 445s as easily as I did. I'm pretty thrilled about that. I mean, that certainly could have been a lot more difficult, and I was fully prepared to drop it and add the belt, or even drop down the weight if need be, which always is an option. You know, don't get so committed on the idea of picking up a weight that you get yourself hurt. You know, it's always an option to back down or back off, or, you know, if need be, just turn around and walk out of the gym. Some days it's just not your day, you know, and that's all right too. But thankfully today was my day, and I can see that a much bigger day is in the future for me. So pretty stoked about that. Here I was hitting up these pause squats, and as you guys probably already know, like I'm a squat guy, man. I love squatting. I back squat at least a few times a week, if not several variations thereof. You know, front squats or zerchers or box squats or pause squats or just whatever it may be. But you know, not everybody's built the same. So, and it's kind of funny and ironic what they say is, like, you will get better at the things you like doing, and that is definitely true. Like, I would love for my my pressing and deadlift to be on the same caliber as my squatting, but I suppose in time they will be. But it's just so easy to gravitate towards what we're good at, and it's a lot more difficult to force ourselves into doing the things that we are not as naturally just suited for. But yeah, go out there and do the things you don't like, guys. Peace. So I think these barbell rows were going to be like 185, 195, somewhere in there. And usually, you know, I might go a little higher. I might go up to like 225, something like that. Throw on some straps and just pick them up. But boy, by the time my back was just so pumped by the end of this one that I just left what was there and took the good mornings and said, you know, that'll be good. Even on the good mornings, I took it easy. You know, I could have thrown a little bit more on there, but was like, no, I'm good. And you know, sometimes that's what it is. It's just knowing like that sciatica or something is gonna flare up if I don't back down. And you know, I do have a tendency when things are feeling good to push it. And things just very recently started feeling good.
Oh, yo, today is maximum damage back day. One more set though, and we're going home. Let's get it, boys. The world's ugliest clean incoming.
So anybody that's got any feedback on how to more efficiently or better clean weight than this, feel free to drop it in the comments, man. I would love to hear it because I know there's got to be a better way, and I can't really train myself. Take care.
I know, right? Perfect form. Executed.